Welcome to Versatile and Viable. Let's be honest, we all love junk food. Most of us know that it's unhealthy. We know that poor nutrition is related to heart problems, high blood pressure, and a host of so many other health issues. You might even know that studies show that eating junk food has been linked to increases in depression. But if it's so bad for us, why do we keep doing it? There is an answer, and the science behind it will surprise you. Tevin Vitali is a food scientist who has spent the last 20 years studying what makes certain foods more addictive and, of course, more tasty than others. Much of the science that follows is from his excellent report, Why Humans Like Junk Food. We humans are prone to fall for exaggerated versions of reality. After spending hundreds of thousands of years hunting and foraging for food in the wild, the human brain has evolved to place a high value on salt, sugar, and fat. Such foods are often calorie dense and they were quite rare to our ancient ancestors. When you don't know where your next meal is coming from, eating as much as possible is an excellent strategy for survival. Today, of course, we live in a calorie rich environment. Food is abundant, but your brain continues to crave it like it is scarce. Placing a high value on salt, sugar, and fat is no longer advantageous to our health, but the craving persists because the brain reward centers have not changed for approximately 50,000 years. A primary goal of modern food industry is to use food science to create products that are more attractive to consumers. Nearly every food in a bag, box, or jar has been enhanced in some way, if only with additional flavoring. We all know that how advertisers make food look 100 times more attractive to make us want it immediately. With natural, unprocessed foods, you tend to experience the same sensations over and over. Let me ask you a question. How's that 17th bite of a salad taste like? After a few minutes, your brain loses interest and you begin to feel full. But foods with high in dynamic contrast keep the experience novel and interesting, encouraging you to eat more. Ultimately, such strategies enable food scientists to find the bliss point for each product, the precise combination of salt, sugar, and fat that excites your brain and keeps you coming back for more. The result, of course, is that you overeat because hyperpalatable foods are more attractive to the human brain. According to Vidali, when you eat tasty food, there are two factors that make the experience pleasurable. First, there is the sensation of eating the food. This includes what it tastes like, what it smells like, and how it feels in your mouth. This last quality is known as oral sensation, can be particularly important. Food companies will spend millions of dollars to discover the most satisfying level of a crunch in a potato chip. Their scientists will test for the perfect amount of fizzle in a soda. These factors all combine to create the sensation that your brain associates with a particular food or drink. The second factor is the actual macronutrient makeup of the food, the blend of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates that it contains. In the case of junk food, food manufacturers are looking for a perfect combination of salt, sugar, and fat that excites your brain and gets you coming back for more. Here's how they do it. There are a range of factors that scientists and food manufacturers use to make food more addictive and attractive. Dynamic contrast. Dynamic contrast refers to a combination of different sensations in the same food. In the words of Vidali, foods with dynamic contrast have an edible shell that goes crunch followed by something soft or creamy and full of taste active components. This rule applies to a variety of favorite food structures. It can be a slice of pizza or an Oreo cookie or anything else. The brain finds crunching through something like this is a very novel and thrilling. Salivary response. Salivation is a part of the experience of eating food, and the more that a food causes you to salivate, the more it will swim throughout your mouth and covers your taste buds. For examples, emulsified foods like butter, chocolate, salad dressing, ice cream, and mayonnaise promote a salivary response that helps to lather your taste buds with goodness. This is one reason why many people enjoy foods that have sauces or glaze on them. The result is that foods that promote salivation do a happy little tap dance on your brain and taste better than ones that don't. Rapid food meltdown and vanishing caloric density. Foods that rapidly vanish or melt in your mouth signal your brain that you're not eating as much as you actually are. In other words, these foods literally tell your brain that you're not full, even though you're eating a lot of calories. The result, you tend to overeat. In his best-selling book, Salt, Sugar, Fat, author Michael Moss describes a conversation with Vidali that explains vanishing caloric density perfectly. He says he brought Vidali 2 shopping bags filled with variety of chips to taste. When Vidali tasted everything, he zeroed down to Cheetos. He said it is one of the most marvelously constructed foods on the planet in terms of pure pleasure. One thing he focused is the most puff uncanny ability of the Cheetos to melt in the mouth. It's called the vanishing caloric density. If something melts down quickly, your brain thinks that there are no calories in it. You can just keep eating them forever. Sensory specific response. Your brain likes variety. When it comes to food, if you experience the same taste over and over again, then you start to get less pleasure from it. In other words, the sensitivity of that specific sensor will decrease over time. This can happen in just minutes. Junk foods, however, are designed to avoid this sensory specific response. They provide enough taste to be interesting, but your brain doesn't get tired of eating them. But if it's not so stimulating that your sensory response is dulled, this is why you can swallow an entire bag of potato chips and still be ready to eat another. To your brain, the crunch and sensation of eating Doritos is novel and interesting every time. Calorie density. Junk foods are designed to convince your brain that it is getting nutrition, but not to fill you up. Receptors in your mouth and stomach tell your brain about the mixture of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates in a particular food and how filling that food is for your body. Junk food provides that just enough calories that your brain says, yes, this will give you some energy. But not so many calories that you think that's enough, I'm full. The result is that you crave the food to begin with, but it takes quite some time to feel full from it. Memories of past eating experiences. This is where the psychobiology of junk food really works against you. When you eat something tasty, say some kind of street food, your brain registers that feeling. The next time you see that food, or smell the food, or even read about that food, your brain starts to trigger the memories and responses that came when you ate it. These memories can actually cause physical responses like salivation and create the mouth-watering craving that you get when thinking about your favorite foods. All of this brings us to the most important question of all. Food companies are spending millions of dollars to design foods with addictive sensations. What can you and I do about it? Is there any way to counteract the money and the science and the advertising behind the junk food industry? how to kick the junk food habit and eat healthy. The good news is that the research shows that the less junk food you eat, the less you crave it. My own experience have mirrored this. As I have slowly begun to eat healthier, I have noticed myself wanting pizza and candy and ice cream less and less. Some people refer to this as a transition period and gene reprogramming. Whatever you want to call it, the lesson is the same. If you can find ways to gradually eat healthier, you will start to experience the craving of junk food become less and less. If you want to make us a complete video on how to reduce junk food consumption, comment down and let us know. Or if this video reaches 1000 likes, we will surely discuss more on this topic. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel and comment down below the views about this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again.